Hi, welcome to Scrapping with Lois. Today is the second Thursday of March, and we're going to continue with the project that I showed you last month, where I'm starting to work on the backlog of photos I have, and right now it will be 2005. But before I do that, I would like to show you the results of the power layout that we did about maybe 3 months ago. When you saw it the last time, it was a rough layout. The photos were just scattered on the layout sheets, and I had gone through some papers and selected them. And I was really glad I did that because it helped me when I was getting ready for that crop. I could just grab up the already sorted photos and the papers I had selected, and away I went. This is the first page of my Richmond trip, and I made it a little extra special by using frames around the border and then a frame in the center, because it's going to be like the title page for my Richmond trip. And the next is a 2-page spread, and I carried over the same paper onto them. I tied it in rather with the right side. And I have another sort of 2-page spread, and I pulled out the brick pattern from the photo. And when I have photos that are not all that interesting, I rely a little more heavily on the embellishments and the paper. I have gotten a little bit of journaling done. Journaling is very important, by the way. This is a 2-page spread, and it's the Valentine Museum. And I've used a sort of a antique border, and I used the Lamplight Border Maker cartridge. I thought that went well with the light post. Sometimes I wish I had someone to flip these pages for me. It might be a little easier. This is the garden behind the White House of the Confederacy. It was very calm and tranquil. I tried to capture that. I was the only one there that day having lunch. I think it was because it was around 1 o'clock and most people had gone back to work. So I think that's why I had pretty much to myself. There's still more of the garden area. And I will come back and do this journaling. And then this one was inside the Valentine Museum. And this particular photo, when it was originally printed, it was printed half. I don't know why that happened. I guess they just don't look at the photos they print anymore. So I had to come back and add it in, and I wasn't sure where to put it. So I did it in a little, well, you can see that well. I did it in a little peekaboo pocket. Sometimes that's a nice way to be able to add photos that perhaps you don't know where to put them. They go with the page, but there's really no place on the page to put them. Or they're a photo that someone gave you later, or maybe you ran across it in your own photos where it just had not been sorted at the time. And so you can always go back and add them in various ways. But I do like these little peekaboo pockets. And these are taken inside the Valentine Museum. Valentine Museum was it was a bit of a challenge because there were glass windows from the street, there was lighting, there was glass cases, and I tried not to get a lot of glare, but it was a challenge. And I tried to use paper. This is old retired Creative Memories paper, but I tried to use paper that would be the keeping with the times. And there's more exhibits. And this one, I tried to get a 50s feel on this page with the Eskimo pie. And there's another photo that belongs there, and I think it was one of the ones that was reprinted. But these were the bedrooms, and then this was the dining room. Actually, as far as bedrooms, it was actually the children's bedroom. There was a bed at one end of the room, and then there were a cradle, crib type bed, and then a single bed the other end of the room. And these were just some final pictures I took at the end. I'm going to journal a little bit about my trip here. And this was the cover of a cake booklet. My sister's in the process of going through a lot of the items from our childhood home, and she had put some of these things out for me to look at to see if there was anything I wanted. And I thought about it, but I decided that I would just take pictures of them instead, and I could still enjoy them, and I won't have to find a place to put them, which is the best part of that. And here I am. I sent my sister this picture. I texted it to her. I was all ready to leave, and I wanted to let her know that I was all packed up and I was ready to go. And I think this page is going to be probably another journaling page. Here is the 2005 project, and it is going to be, it's going to be a lot larger than that layout that I did back in the fall, because I've got all the months: January, February, March, April, May. It goes all the way through December, and I've got photos and memorabilia. Now, I have already gone through and removed a lot of duplicate photos. I'm going to keep them because I do chronologicals and vacation albums, and I'm also doing one album for Jack, and I think I'll do one for myself, but I may do some other family member albums. So sometimes it's nice to have those extra pictures if you want to put them in another album. And if you already have them, there's no reason to get it reprinted if you already have the picture. So one of the challenges I'm going to be facing is to determine how much of this memorabilia do I really want to keep. Now, it'd be pretty easy to keep some of these things because they're fairly flat and can almost be an embellishment on its own. But some of the other things are going to be a little thicker. I doubt that I'm going to keep all of these things, especially from PMA. But PMA holds a rather special place in my heart because Jack and I attended so many of the PMA conferences, and so it's going to be a little difficult going through there and sorting out things that I want to let go. And I may not put them, like I said, this is my 2005 chronological, but some of these things may be something I want to save and put into Jack's album, because he was a camera repairman from 1969 until he passed away in 2008. He repaired cameras. So he was very well known for that. So this is what I'm going to be facing. Now, how am I going to handle the memorabilia? Well, one of the ways I like to do it is in pocket pages. And this is an example of a pocket page I made from 2 scrapbook pages. Now, I do have a page protector on this one, so if you want to put things in or take things out, you would have to slide your page protector off. But it does make a very sturdy pocket for holding items. But again, this is just a word of warning about the weight of albums. Creative Memories' recommended weight for an album is no more than 8 pounds. And paper's heavy, so you have to think about that when you start saving memorabilia. So I may do a pocket page, or I may... Oh, that's another thing I like to do. I like to do these. These are the peekaboo pockets. They come this way. There's the the left side and the right side. That had started out as one of those fold-out postcards, and it had, what was it, 2, 4, 6, 4, 8, and it flipped out. So I just cut it in half and then put it in this way because it was double-sided, so you could see both sides. And then the peekaboo pockets have the adhesive on them, so you don't have to do all that work anymore. And you peel the adhesive off and put it on the edge, and voila, you have added the photos or postcards without having to put them on the page. What I may do is put a manila envelope on the back page and put anything in there that is not photosensitive, because those manila envelopes are not the colored ones, not the plain yellow ones, but the colored ones, and put that in there. So that's different ways to do memorabilia. And then some of it I may end up just not keeping because there is a lot of it. So I'll be starting with January, and I already have the January pictures sorted. There'll be little decisions to go through here and see how much of this stuff I really do want to keep. But I save a lot of things, and I saved things at the time that I said, I'll save it now, I'll deal with it later when I get around to scrapbooking it. Again, you have to think about what you're saving, why you're saving it, who you're saving it for. Does this little note that came on flowers, does that really mean something to me now? I think, yes, it does. So I'm going to keep that. But that's just things that only you can answer. And you just have to decide how much time and effort you want to put into preserving all these things. And then on top of that, other methods that are not scrapbooking, you can save things. I have a newspaper from 1950, from the year I was born. I have the entire paper, and it's saved in one of those acid-free, lignin-free, sensitive archival boxes. So there's other ways of, besides scrapbook, of preserving those things. So anyway, I think that's really all I wanted to say about the memorabilia. Now, next month is April, and I am going to be in Mexico, so I'm not sure that I'll be doing a video. If I do, it'll be from Mexico, and I'll try to make it something that is relevant to the organizational side of your scrapbooking rather than on the actual scrapbooking, because as I say, I'll be in Mexico, so I won't have all these pictures and things with me. But I may just do a little piece on techniques on how to address this situation, because right now I'm working in a bit of chaos. I'm not going to show it to you because it looks awful. I've got taxes on the left side, and on the right end down there I have card kits that I'm getting ready for a crop and class I'm doing on the 18th of March with another advisor. And we'll also be doing a border page class and a fold-over page class. So I've got a lot going on right now, and this table is it's really looking like it. And I wanted to let you know that in May, I will just be getting back from Mexico, so I'm not sure what we'll do in May, but we will do something on the order of how to get all this corralled and making decisions on what I want to do with the things that really pertained to Jack. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I promise that this is going to get more interesting as we go along, because right now the organizational part of organizing your tools, your paper, your photos, it's not very much fun. And it's the part that needs to be done before you can get to the fun part. So bear with me. It's going to be worth it. And I will see you next month in sunny Mexico. Thank you for watching.